Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Blue is dead, gone. Left me head
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kansas Speedway and the Trading Paints Championship Series for CORT here tonight live on No Bull Network. One Matt Weisbrod will be getting the picture that you see to you. Also be doing a little bit of chatting up here with me, Ben Kilcrease, for this 125 lap race tonight at Kansas Speedway under the lights for the CORT Trading Paints Championship Series. Let's waste no time and get into the starting lineup for this evening. Scott Mullen set the quick time with a 25.595. He'll start on the pole. To his outside, that's Alexander Brown in the number 67. David Dambois, he rolls off third. John Dragonetti is fourth. Julian Medor, fifth. Joseph Cervone, sixth. Seventh is Michael Dowell. Eighth is Chris Sweat. Scott Olson, your points leader heading into the night, he sits ninth. Andrew Hayes is 10th. Nick Stoller, 11th. Jeff Gilmore is 12th. Chance Manning, 13th. Mike Husby, 14th. Troy McLaughlin, he rolls off 15th, 16th. Hand that to Wayne Lemke Jr. 17th is Brian Sullivan. 18th, Stephen Taylor. Morgan Murphy is 19th. Patrick Healy is 20th. Johnny Martin, 21st. Tyler Tucker is 22nd. Corey Stevens, 23rd. 24th, Jake Finch. Cody McCorkle, Zach Hill, Kyle Young, and Timothy Silliman round out the field here tonight. 28 cars set to take the green flag here tonight at Kansas Speedway. And Matt, I tell you what, this is going to be a dandy.
Yeah, Ben, it's going to be a fun one. Kansas has produced a lot of fun races here recently, and I believe this one's just going to be as entertaining as all the other CORT races we've been a part of.
We'll stack them up 2 by 2 by 2. Pace car looking to head to pit road. 125 laps here at Kansas Speedway. Mullen's going to lead under the green flag. There it is, and we're racing at Kansas in the CORT Championship Series. One car already to the grass. No caution, no, can't quite get a number on him. That's Nick Stoller.
Ben, as you were focusing on that, we got a nice little battle for second with Dan Boys.
Dan Boys takes the inside for second place. Down the straightaway. He's looking to get around Scott Mullen as well. Not going to have anything for him right now. One car stuck up on the outside. That is Alexander Brown. He'll get a good run through 1 and 2. He'll fight back on the outside of David Dan Boys. This is for second position. Looking like that outside may work for Brown if he can just get a nose on it or get right in front of Dan Boys' nose through 1 and 2. Dan Boys looks like he has it through the middle and he'll get a pretty good run, but Brown is still there on the high side. He's going to have some help, maybe. Back there in the back, that's Julian Medor looking outside to help him on the outside, trying to get 2 rows formed here at Kansas. Working on lap 4 right now. These guys battling side by side for second. As you're letting Scott Mullen sort of run away with it here in the early going. Mullen has a pretty good lead right now early on, but I do believe draft will be a big factor here tonight.
I was just about to say, Ben, Scott Mullen's got to be loving seeing this side-by-side action for second, third spot, and fifth and sixth spot. But obviously they've singled out at least the first 3, looking to be almost the first 4 here as Dragonetti looks to the inside of Medor.
Whoa, it's going to get that car going to hit the wall. It's Chris Sweat looked out. Oh, and hang on, we're going to have a crash on the front straightaway. 1, 2, 3, 4, multiple cars. A terrible, terrible crash. Oh my.
I think the one to take the worst hit there, Chance Manning. Wow.
He was the car that was the first to spin sideways. And my goodness. There was multiple cars flying through the air. Brian Sullivan took a tumble down the front straightaway. Just a big incident. 6 in the CORT Championship Series.
And you know, Ben, looking at the replay, Chance Manning and Andrew Hayes, they weren't really even involved with that slower car. Yeah, the slower car came down from the wall, but Chance Manning just turned into Andrew Hayes and all hell broke loose.
It did. Chris Sweat, he got into the wall on the front straightaway there. He is really what sparked it all. What happened, though, is Sweat, I can't remember who was in front of him, though. Somebody, Dragonetti pushed up in 3, almost got into, I would say, Michael Duell, and Sweat trying to go up to avoid Dragonetti, and then he tagged the wall, and then he just had to blend back in the line there, and it just caused calamity on the front straightaway. Multiple cars, though, involved in this first caution. A terrible incident to start off the night here at Kansas Speedway. John Dragonetti stayed out while everybody else came in. And the driver stayed out, Patrick Healy in the 75. Everybody else behind him came in. Stephen Taylor will lead them off of pit road, followed by Mullen, Dan Boys, Brown, and Sweat.
Ben, we were still looking at replays there, and one guy that got extremely lucky. Our points leader, Scott Olson, he loaded up his car just enough to avoid all hell and got it through there, luckily.
Can't imagine if he would have been involved in that. That would have really shooken up the points. Brian Sullivan, though, the guy who was second in points, he was the guy who took the big tumble on the front straightaway. He is already out, up behind the wall. Still got the lights on the pace car here at Kansas Speedway. John Dragonetti leading this race, and he wants to give a shout out to his fiance tonight. Thank her for tuning in. Chance Manning now pulling it behind the wall. Matt, if you're noticing a little bit different sound with these Indy cars, you might say that sounds pretty good. iRacing in the last build updated the external sound for these Indy cars, and I tell you what, it is a real big update. They sound pretty sweet.
That they do. They do sound really sweet, as you like to put it. You got to enjoy the things that iRacing does to try and improve the realism in this simulation.
Oh, most definitely. One thing though we could have is green white checkers, but we won't get to that tonight.
That'll be next season, I'm sure.
We'll have to wait and see. Lights off on the pace car.
Looks like the 75 of Patrick Healy has some new colors this week as well.
Yep.
Patrick Healy, of course, running the number 75. And Go Tire Machine, he's getting a lot of support from what I was seeing on his page about the Racing for Chelsea cause that he's pretty strong about. If he finishes in the top 10 to 15, his sponsor and, of course, Noble Network One will both donate $10 towards the Racing for Chelsea cause.
And we learned about the Racing for Chelsea is at Indianapolis. If you want to go back and listen to that race, we have a big section out of that race for the Racing for Chelsea. We had a driver talk about it. But so far, it looks like he's got $20 right now, and let's hope he can stay in this position. Lights off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. We'll line them up single file. That's how we do it. Damn boys. Right up there by the wall, and everybody else is right behind him. We get them singled out. Green flag is in the air. We're back racing here at Kansas. Clean so far as we head down into corner number one. David Amboy is wasting no time in this run. He's already looking on the rear wing of Patrick Healy down in 3 and 4. Amboy is there. Back behind them, Scott Mullen and Alexander Brown. This back, Michael DeWell. That's the front pack.
Noticing on that restart there, Healy's teammate, Scott Mullen, just didn't get on the gas that quickly there.
Didn't get on the gas too quickly, but didn't hurt him too much. He's already on the rear wing of David and boys right now as we race down the front straightaway already. We're 10th of the way through with the race tonight. Looking down from the Noble Network One blimp, you can see that the pack has caught John Dragonetti and Patrick Healy. Thought he was going to duck down low, look for the lead there, wasn't quite close enough. He'll look though down in one. Patrick Healy has caught the back end of John Dragonetti. This is for the lead at Kansas.
Riding on board with the number 9 at David Amboys on that side pod cam that we have exclusive here at Noble Network One.
Saw David take a look there. wasn't able to get a nose in. It kind of stacks him up behind him. That allows Healy though to pull right there on the rear end of Dragonetti. It's still a little bit too early. Dragonetti tags the apron there, though. Healy has a run on the back straightaway. He'll look high down the back straightaway. Boys gets a little piece of the apron there. Is Healy going to try and do it on the outside? He has a nose on the strike. Patrick Healy, a loner on the outside. Look out, there's tags them all there. Like he's starting to fall back a little bit now. Hang on, Michael Dewell gonna look up there. He's gonna try and help Healy. Whoa, it's gonna get dicey there. 3 wide through the center of 3 and 2. Healy's gonna fall back quite a bit now.
I think Healy realized that once it was 3 wide, the best thing and the safest thing to do was obviously drop back, fall in line, and it's way too early to be going 3 wide here in Kansas.
Definitely. Michael Dewell was part of that 3 wide situation. He's battling on the outside and Scott Mullen right now down the front straightaway to complete lap 17. We've seen a few drivers already try to work around this outside. Mullen has a run on, Dewell has a run on Mullen on the backstretch, almost has him clear down in 3 and 4, just couldn't quite get the job done. And as the race goes on and on, I think we're going to see that high line come in, and we're going to see, I think, 2 lines of racing like you'd see at Daytona or at Talladega.
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe 2 lines will be a factor here tonight. These guys, in order to get around other drivers, right now they're liking that bottom line, but I think that middle to high off will definitely come into play here.
Just working on David and boys. All that has been around the outside. 1 car back there, 64, also working on the outside, 67, that's Alexander Brown as Michael Dewell goes for the lead. Here on lap number 20, David Amboy slips up a little there, he'll move to the outside, Dewell goes to the inside, he'll ride behind John Dragonetti, now he looks back to the outside. Things starting to get dicey here at Kansas Speedway very, very early on in this race. And a bunch of bold moves already being made.
They must have taken our advice there, Ben, because it took 1 lap for that high line to start working for these guys.
Yep, and just like you said, we've already got the high line working. Dan Boys, Brown. And the one driver, though, that has been able to make up the most ground would be Michael Dewell. He sits second right now through 3 and 4. That could change on the front stretch. Could go back to third. He'll still snag second, though. The line. By 1,000th of a second. Oh, look out. He gets tagged right there. Into the wall goes Dewell. He's still scraping the wall on the back straightaway. Turned off, a little wiggly. He'll have to get that thing to pit road. And he'll have to get that thing to pit road quick.
I think he was trying to do the safe thing and just stay high there. Wow.
Ooh, that's Cody McCorkle involved in McCorkle trying to hold on to it. No, it looked like he tried to spin it there, and he is going to go around. We'll have no caution, though. Green flag still out.
Well, Dewell tried to do the smart thing and keep it high and avoid all the other cars, but unfortunately he got the 97 there. I hate to see that, but that's the problem with running the high line is you run that risk.
That you do, and you never know when one of these Indy cars can break on that inside. And one of these things breaks going at speeds of over 215 miles per hour. It's not going to keep turning left. It's going to go straight. And if you're on the outside, you're just going to be taken up with it. Bad break, though, for Dewell. I really Thought he might have been able to do something. He was doing a fantastic job on that outside as we see Sweat go to the outside now. Julian Medor takes the inside. Medor looking for the runner-up position here at Kansas. Speedway really putting up here tonight in the CORT Training Paints Championship Series. Want to thank you for tuning in with us right here on Noble Network 1 or Noble Network 2, the CORT Live page if you want to call it. We've had some early incidents, only one caution though for a big crash on the front straightaway where about 5 cars got airborne and a bunch of drivers already taken out as they're basically behind the wall. That other incident with one driver on the outside trying to make it work. Michael Dewell got tagged by a car on the inside. He went into the wall. With Corkle, then there was no caution for that incident. We've been clean and green since the lap 1 incident on lap 6. Excuse me, the first incident on lap 6.
Driver who I have noticed who's made his way back up here in the top 5, Patrick Healy, after having going 3 wide and getting a little close to the wall, has worked his way back up through the field, running P5 right now, right behind, or right in front of his teammate Scott Mullen.
That he is, and he's a fantastic job here tonight at Kansas Speedway. This track really is working for Healy. It's the top 5. He's got a top 3 car, I think, as we've got a battle heating up for that second position. Alexander Brown looking to the outside, trying to work the long way around Julian Medor down in 1 and 2. We saw Dewell do this earlier. Didn't work out so well for him. Brown is still trying to work the outside, and Patrick Healy is going to jump up there with it, followed by Scott Mullen. Right now, excuse me, I think the place where you want to be right now is the leader. We haven't seen John Dragonetti and this runner Scott Mullen in the previous little short run before the caution. We have not seen another car or another driver even attempt to pass them. They've been right on the rear wing, but they haven't been able to get a nose either on the inside, or we had Michael Dewell, who barely got a nose on the outside. But right now, if I'm out here, I want to be the leader.
Then we've got a car on the wall. That's 75 of Patrick Healy. He just drove straight up into the wall. Not sure if a tire went down, what the problem was there.
Another car involved was Corey Stevens. And they'll bring the caution out for the second time tonight. Then we'll get the replay up for you. Oh, man, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Oh, what a official check.
Bad break there for that 75 car. Man, he was having such a good run, and to have that happen, very odd.
It definitely was, and Matt, that happened right in front of points leader Scott Olson yet again. He has dodged a crash for the second time here tonight.
NASCAR has the lucky dog. Scott Olson's been the lucky dog from avoiding all the wrecks this evening so far.
That he has. Pits are open and everybody comes down, and they even bring their sisters with them to pit road this time. Not a single car stays out. Lied to you. Michael Dewell stays out. He scraped the wall there. He's got quite a bit of damage on that number 88.
I'm just wondering where they're putting their sisters at in these cars. It looks like we might have a new leader as well coming out of pit road.
It was a very tight race off. Alexander Brown snags it at the line, though. So he'll lead us back to the green flag here at Kansas Speedway. Caution out for the second time. Lap 35 is about to be in the books. We'll have 90 to go once we cross the stripe. We're going to head to a quick commercial break. We'll bring you back to the green flag right here on Noble Network 1.
Hey race fans, it's Carl Edwards, driver of the number 99 Aflac Ford Fusion with your eye safety tip of the week. Did you know that 90% of eye injuries can be avoided simply by wearing the proper ANSI approved eyewear? More than 1 million Americans have lost some degree of sight due to eye injury. That's a risk that I'm just not willing to take. Go to wileyx.com to find a dealer near you and to learn more about the first premium performance sunglass company whose entire product line meets occupational safety standards. That's WILEYX.com. Wiley X. Safety never looks so cool.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
We're back here at Noble Network 1. Alexander Brown is your leader as the lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. John Dragonetti sits second. Third is Chris Sweat. Got Mullen fourth. And Mike Husby has snuck his way into the top 5 here at Kansas Speedway. 37 laps will be in the books. When we cross the start-finish line, we'll begin work on 38. Everybody heads to the high side. Single file restart pace car. Set to pull it down on the pit road. Green flag. David Damn Boys gets a huge run. Scott Mullen spins the tires. Mullen's going to lose a few positions. Caution is out. We've got a big one. Tyler Tucker has crashed it on the front straightaway.
And Ben, I was just about to say Tyler Tucker had moved up halfway through the field, and we hadn't seen him around here, but it looked like the 42 there of Steven Tyler just spun the tires and collected Tucker, and well, that's it.
They got hit from behind from, can't even quite get a number on that machine. Morgan Murphy, but it wasn't Murphy's fault. He just had nowhere to go. Everybody trying to get on the gas pretty hard there, and just a bad incident there for Tucker.
Not the way he wanted to return to court, I don't think.
Oh, most definitely a bad break for Tyler Tucker, and we're under caution again here at Kansas Speedway. We went the first about 35 laps with only 2. We've now started to have a couple more as we are working our third caution here under the lights at Kansas Speedway. Coming into the night, Scott Olson, your points leader. He sits 6th right now. Brian Sullivan was 2nd coming into the night. He took a tumble on the front straightaway and the lap 6 incident for the first caution. He is out of the race. Joseph Servone, he sits in this race in 9th right now. Mike Husby, 38 points coming into the night. He sits 5th. Scott Mullen, he was back 40 points coming into the night. He sits 7th. He almost looped it around on the front straightaway on that last restart. So it could be pretty good points tonight for a few of these guys if they can finish up ahead of Scott Olson. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us live from Kansas Speedway right here on No Bull Network 1. If you're just joining us, we are serving our 3rd caution for an two-car incident on the front straightaway. One got rear-ended from another and flew through the air.
And the pace car almost took out Tyler Tucker.
Yeah. Pulling it behind the wall this evening, those are Tyler Tucker, Patrick Healy, Corey Stevens, Cody McCorkle, Michael Dowell, Troy McLaughlin, Chance Manning, Wayne Lemke Jr., and Brian Sullivan. Want to take a minute to remind everybody about the West Pro Series Late Model Division kicks off officially this coming Sunday for Jags Pole Night at South Boston Speedway for the Jags 250. Matt, everybody that shows up for that race will be in the Jags 250. So all you have to do is show up, qualify, get your quick time up there. And if you qualify on the pole, of course, every pole this season will receive a Jags Pole Award, which is about a I'll tell you what, this sticker is pretty big from Jags.com. I looked it up the other day. They're valued at right at $7 a piece for these stickers. And I tell you what, this will take up probably most normal size sedans. It'd take up their door almost. That's how big this sticker is. And if you set it on the pole, you get one of them. And we're going to see who sets it on the pole for the Jags Pole Night this Sunday in the West Pro Series Late Model Division.
Yeah, it looks like I might have to show up there, Ben, and see if I can get a Jags decal. But of course, I'll be showing up with my Ford Escort because it is, you know,
Here you go.
It'll beat everybody.
Most definitely. And the winner of the Jags 250 gets to choose any butt kicker product they want. Not any. They get to choose from a Butt Kicker Gamer 2, a Butt Kicker Gamer 2 Playseat Edition, or a Butt Kicker Simulation Kit. Those prizes are provided by Butt Kicker. Lights off here, though, at Kansas Speedway. We're getting set to start work on lap number 43. Pace car down pit road. Brown's going to lead him to the green flag. He'll slow him up. And he's in the gas. We're back racing here at Kansas. Mullen spins the tires a little bit more there. He'll fall back a tad bit more. Clean so far down through 1 and 2 for most of the field.
Scott Mullen is just not having the night of restarts. I think that's probably the 3rd restart in a row that I've seen that he spun the tires. For some reason, I don't know what his problem is.
He'll have to, maybe by the end of the night, he'll be able to master the restarts. Gotta learn from your mistakes. And he definitely know he is learning right now. David Amboy sits 4th on the back straightaway as the pack has caught leader Alexander Brown in corner number 4. Thought we were going to see a John Dragonetti looked to the inside there. He did not. Dragonetti still sits second. The sweat was real high right there. Dan Boys had to get out of gas. Checked up Husby and Olson.
Ben, I think it might be time that we actually see the first and second place car have a chance to battle one another.
I think so too. We're almost a little bit away from midway through this race, but Matt, you got to start experimenting sometime or another. If it comes down to the end, what are you going to do? These guys, if they don't start practicing that or trying to force a move, they're not going to know how to when it comes down to the last 5 laps if we have a shootout to the finish or whatnot. Dragonetti looking to be the first to pass the leader on the outside. He looks high down in 1 and 2. Thought he does have help from Chris Sweat. Dragonetti trying to make the outside work. He'll fall back in line. Back behind these guys, they're jostling for position. David Amboys leads a snarling pack of cars heading down into turn number 1. He's followed by Olson, Julian Medor, Mike Husby, and just behind them, Scott Mullen, Joseph Cervone, Stephen Taylor, Jake Finch. They're all starting to close in on this lead as well.
I was about to say, Ben, that snarling pack that's behind Dan Boys, it's not just anybody. It's only your series champion, your series points leader, and oh yeah, Julian Medor, your Indy 500, or excuse me, your Indy 250 champion.
Yep, that pack back there has got them all here at Kansas Speedway. Lap 49 complete. Working on 50 here at Kansas Speedway. 75 laps to go in this one. John Dragonetti still on the rear wing of Alexander Brown. Hasn't really made a move yet to see if he can get around to me. I think he's content in riding back there. Olson has a wing on Dan Boys. He really forced the issue there. Scott Olson looking for 4th on the front straightaway. Dan Boys high down in turn number 2. He's going to lose another position to Julian Medor. Thought Medor was going to stick his nose in on Olson there.
Dan Boys has got to find a hole to get to that bottom line. Otherwise, it's just going to be like a super speedway race. They're all going to pass him. As he has found a hole behind Mike Husby, in between him and Scott Mullen.
Yep, and he tucks it in there immediately, because if he would have stayed on that high side a little bit more, Scott Mullen would have overtaken him as well. Battle for the lead. John Dragonetti looking to the inside. Brown giving him the line. First time a driver's been able to tuck his nose under. John Dragonetti trying to do it. Chris Sweat has problems behind. He slows up down in corner number 2. Olson's to the inside of him. Meanwhile, though, side by side for the lead. And Dragonetti takes it on the front straightaway. How about that for a move?
A lead change that finally happened because of a pass, and it's looking like the 67 of Brown is not about to let it up. He's right on the tail of Dragonetti.
And he is, and ooh, he has a real big run. He might have to get out of it here. Heading into 1, he's got a real big run. These guys 220 miles per hour entering turn number 1, 210 to the center of the corner. Brown looks to the outside. Does he have any help come with him? That's Johnny Martin. Where the smoke is coming from. He's on pit road as Brown tries to work his way on the outside. Not going to be able to do anything there. He pinches Olson. through corner number 2. Medor looks to his outside to help him. Olsen really put the pinch on him there on the back stretch. Alexander Brown looking like he might fall back a little bit. Brown still holding on that outside. He'll fall back a little bit there. He has a hole if he wants to jump in it. Olsen right there on the rear end of Dragonetti, not able to do anything. Brown gonna get overtaken by Julian Medor right here as well. And he's gonna squeeze into that hole. Right in front of Mike Husband.
Wing damage or not, Ben, Scott Olsen is making a charge on that 14 to Dragonetti, and he's got a challenge as well, right behind by Julian Medor.
Julian Medor, he has not had the best of pit stops tonight, but he always restarts right around 7th position or so. And when we first see him, the first few laps after a run, he's all back there by himself, and then about 5-10 laps later, he is up here in the mix for it, just like he is right now. He's actually looking for second place. Not enough room down there, though. He'll have to ride for a few more laps. Most of the field, single file, just riding through this middle part of the race. John Dragonetti is your leader here on lap number 62 at Kansas Speedway in the CORT Training Paints Championship Series. Thank you all for tuning in right here with us on No Bull Network 1. Encourage you to like us on Facebook. Just search Noble Motorsport. Twitter at Noble_Network 1. Halfway at the line right now. While everybody's single file, not too much action going on right now, we will take a look at the Trading Paints top 5 right now. John Dragonetti is your leader. Scott Olsen, he sits second. Julian Medor is third. Alexander Brown is fourth, and Mike Cusby rounds out the top 5 here at Kansas Speedway. This time at the line will be 60 to go. In this 125 lapper, Olsen was right on the rear wing of Dragonetti there. If he would have got any closer, he would have bumped him. And that could have ended in catastrophe. That almost looked like a short track move right there. Scott Olsen, he is really wanting to go around Dragonetti and lead some laps.
Olsen's just waiting for Dragonetti to give him that inch of that bottom line, and it'll be done. But it doesn't look like Dragonetti's going to do anything like that, of course.
Almost definitely Dragonetti's going to be glued in that white line. We saw Olsen coming off a Ford. David Damboy slipped up ever so slightly, and Olsen, he took advantage of it, and he stuck his car in there. There wasn't that much room, and he looks like he's going to do the same here. No. Didn't have too much or enough momentum coming off a 4. It's awesome racing here at Kansas Speedway, tail to nose. And I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this. At a mile and a half on a Monday night. First through ninth, separated by only 1 second. Olsen's there! Olsen's there! Whoa, my goodness, that got exciting.
That might require some new fire suits after that one, Ben.
Hey, Olsen tried to make the move. He actually hooked the back end of Dragonetti. Julian Medora is going to clear Olsen on the back straightaway. If he pulled down in front of him, he does. Alexander Brown now is on the outside. Scott Olsen's got some more work to do.
Scott Olsen's gotten through a lot tonight to be running P3 right now. I think he can do it. Get back up in there to position 2. But
and
it's not.
Sorry, Matt, but Olsen coming into tonight, he has a 25-point lead. But he could just sit back here and ride this thing out. And I think he'd be good as far as points goes. He is putting it all out on the line, though. Go up here trying to battle hard for these top positions. He risked causing an incident, and there's a crash right in front of the leaders. It was Jake Finch, and oh my, talking about some new fire suits, they're needed much more now. Holy cow. Doesn't get any more scarier than that. If you're a leader and see a car backways in front of you, and he just lost it down there. Oh my, he took a tumble. As we're getting the replay up right now. Just dives it down into 1 and 2. Loses it. Gets into the wall and takes a tumble. All the way to the back straightaway.
You know, Jake Finch, he was running in the top 10 there for a while, and he had some contact, I believe, that put him into the wall. He kind of fell back, an unfortunate event there. But hate to see that, and boy, the leaders sure got lucky there.
That they did. Pit stops about to happen. Everybody down pit road. And Matt, this caution comes out at an interesting point right here. When we get the green flag, it'll be less than 50 laps to go. I don't know about you, but that's right there at go time for me.
Yeah, it's got to be go time here soon for a lot of these drivers, and you got to wonder exactly how long as we have a car spinning on pit road. You got to wonder how far of a fuel window these guys have.
Yeah, most definitely. That was John Dragonetti, who was sideways on pit road. As I try and see who was actually the spinner, that was Morgan Murphy, who looped it around down on pit road. Julian Medora, though, he wins the race off pit road, and he'll be the leader. They're actually scoring Dragonetti as the leader. Looked like Medora beat him off, but Dragonetti being scored as the leader. We're going to head to a quick commercial break right here at Noble Network 1. When we come back, we'll take it to the green flag. It'll be less than 50 to go. Pop some popcorn, get the drinks ready. We'll be back right here at Kansas Speedway.
there is no way to avoid a ticket if you don't use your seatbelt. Cops are stepping up enforcement and looking for unbuckled drivers like never before. If you don't buckle up, you will get stuck with a ticket. Click it or ticket.
We are back here at Kansas Speedway in the Training Paints Championship Series. Coming to green flag. We'll have 49 laps remaining in this one. John Dragonetti will lead them to it. Green flag. We're back racing here at Kansas.
I'd like to take this moment to apologize for my partner up here in the booth with me, Ben Kilcrease. He ran to the hot bar real quick while we were on that commercial break.
Got some pork skins. Let's see.
Oh boy, pork skins.
That's the preferred food here at Kansas Speedway, but they didn't have the flavored kind. They just had regular pork skins, unflavored. Anyways, back to the racing action. Here, Julian Medor sits second. He's got Alexander Brown right behind him. They're starting to pull up right up there to John Dragonetti. Behind them, you got to go a little bit further back to find Mike Cusby, Chris Sweat, Scott Olson, David Amboys, Joseph Savone. All those guys are pretty spread out around this track. Top three now tell who knows as we work. John Dragonetti still leads us here. Finished 8th last weekend. Looking to see if he can get it done here tonight at Kansas.
As our viewers are able to see at home, latest screenshots where our top 1 through 9 was tail to nose, a lot spread out now compared to what it was.
What's up now? Top 3. We can go ahead and say top 4 tail to nose. We have to go a little bit further back to find Chris Sweat. He's starting to reel his way in though. Then Scott Olson leads a small pack. He leads Dan Boys, Savone, Mullen, Murphy, Hill, and Gilmore trying to tag along at the end of that. Excuse me, Stephen Taylor is up there as well. These guys just need to get in line and see if they can't chase down the leaders. See the apron not being used tonight here at Kansas Speedway. That is out of bounds here. Not allowed to go down there. A bunch of these drivers are probably wishing that you could, but that is not allowed here tonight. If you're just joining us, we've had quite a few cautions in the night 4. Be exact. John Dragonetti leads a 5-car pack up at the front. Scott Olson, he was really hungry for the lead on the last run we had. He just got the green flag about 10 laps ago. Olson was hungry for the lead. He now sits 6th, and he has lost the lead draft. And Matt, if this thing goes green till the end, you could see these 4 or 5 drivers these could be the ones to battle it out for the win.
Oh yeah, I think there's a big enough gap from 5th to 6th place that I think these top 5 guys are going to be the ones that take the checker tonight, unless something extremely crazy happens. These 5 guys could be the ones. And right now, I gotta say, I like the way the 67's going, but you gotta go with Julian Mador, who's really, really hard driver here.
But he is hard to beat. Let's see at the end of this race if he has any moves to get around John Dragonetti. We saw Dragonetti, he knows how to get by a car. He got around Alexander Brown a few runs ago for the lead. First time we've seen a car pass another under green flag conditions. That was Dragonetti getting around Brown. We have not seen another car pass the leader under green flag conditions except for that one time. I don't think that one time would be the last though. These guys, well, they'll start getting antsy here. About 20 or so laps to go and they'll be dicey. Tell you what, Scott Olson leads a snarling pack of cars. These guys, the first 5, they're single file up there. These guys back here have been 2-3 wide at points. And they're 2 by 2 by 2 right now down the front straightaway. There was almost an attack made. Taylor almost got a piece of Morgan Murphy's left side.
Obviously, Ben, there's 2 differences here between these 2 packs. One single file, the other side by side. I bet you anything this second pack would love to see the front pack side by side because they'd be catching them.
Is 2.7 seconds behind the leader. It's going to be real hard to make up. And about 30 laps. Top 5, nothing's changed up here. They're still single file, just riding it out. I tell you what, this pack back there behind them, they're going for broke now. They've got nothing to lose, and they are just trying to get every position they possibly can before the checkered flag. Whoa! Taylor came off the bottom. I thought he was going to clip Morgan Murphy. That could have been big right there.
You know, the viewers at home might be wondering how come we're saying, well, if they're single file, they might be able to catch the first pack. Main thing is here with this second pack, all these guys are racers. They're not going to give up. They want to get up there. They're going to try as hard as they can. Yeah, they could fall on a single file, but it's all about who's leading. Not necessarily who's leading, but who's ahead of who at the end of the race and how many points you get.
Yep. And these guys back here, like I said, they're not going to give up. They know that they've lost the lead back and it's going to be real hard to get back, so why not just race it out amongst themselves? And that's exactly what they're doing right now. You see Mullen trying to work around the outside of Scott Wilson. Up at the lead pack, though, Alexander Brown. He has looked to the outside and he's trying to make up some ground up there. He's side by side with second position Julian Mador. Right now, down in 1 and 2, he'll pinch and low. Brown looking to get the runner-up position, looking to take the lead, possibly. Looks like he wants to move up the track with him. He will. Go 2 by 2 up front. We're under 30 laps to go.
those guys in that second pack are saying this is exactly what we want right now.
It is, but it's matter's really going to be hard for them still, though.
Well, because they're all double file.
Yeah. Whoa! Damn boys, almost made contact with Zach Hill there. I don't know if the second pack's going to be able to last. Holy cow. On lap 100 right now. John Giacometti, his spotter, gonna tell him 25 at the line, 25 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway. Oh, Brown tags the wall, heading into one. That's gonna hurt his chances. Maybe.
Ben, he's still pushing hard on that outside.
Yeah, he is. I thought he was going to lose control of the car there. Falling back a little bit now. We'll have to see if he jumps in the line. He does. Oh, second pack. They're bunching up into one. Almost a crash there. They make it through, though. My goodness. Got to wonder when, and if he makes the move, who goes with him? If anybody. Time is running out to make that move. Back straightaway, top 5 as they sit right now. You know, top 5 up here in the lead group. It's Giacometti, Mador, Husby, Brown, and Sweat. Back behind them. We're not even going to give positions out because these guys have traded them back and forth so many times over the past few laps. It's been crazy. Yeah, Matt, you would have thought that these guys back here in the second group were racing for the lead. They're racing for 6th position.
This is the race. This is what they got to do to, like I said, get a good spot, good finish, good points. This is the race for them right there. And honestly,
laps. Traffic for the leaders. They stay out of the way. It's Andrew Hayes. He's currently 14th on the track. Matt, if you're sitting behind the wheel of that number 10 car right now, when and where and how do we make the move?
if I'm sitting in that 10 car, well, I already had the fire suit on because since Zane's no longer in the booth with us, I took over his fire suit. It's a little big on me though, and it's got hair from his beard, kind of gross. But anyways, I'd say about, a lot of guys are lap 20, lap 25, lap 15. If I haven't learned what this leader's doing by now, well, it's too late now. But lap 15, once I know exactly what this guy's going to do, that's when I start making my move, hoping that I have a teammate that's going to follow in line. If not, hopefully I have somebody that I'm at least good friends with that's going to follow in line and start making the move. So lap 15's go time for me. You got 15 laps to get it done, and if you can't, well, sorry about your luck, but I guess you're taking home second place.
16 to go right now for Mador. We'll have to wait and see if he makes the move. With 15 to go, the second pack kind of broken up. Joseph Servone cut the grass on the front straightaway there. That was almost a caution.
Look at the battle between Scott Olson and Steven Taylor. He's pinched him down there, getting him close there in turn 4.
And Taylor, this is 4 to 6 position, not going to give up easy. He is really putting the pinch on him down the back straightaway. Trying to get as much side draft as possible. It's 14 to go for Julian Medore and the rest of the top pack. The second pack for right now. Most exciting races coming out of there. Top 5, they're still tail to nose, not making any moves. They're going to run up on some traffic though here. Try and use him as a pinch. Hayes there is a good thing. He lets him race it out. Back up at the lead pack. Julian Medore is letting Dragonetti get out ahead of him, and then he's starting to run him down. Matt, is he practicing for a move?
I think he's trying to set him up, trying to get an idea of exactly what he wants to do. Maybe trying to fake out Dragonetti too.
Might do it this time. It's 11 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway.
I was just about to say, Ben, a couple laps ago, Dragonetti and the 07 of Scott Olson, those two cars looked like they were on a rail going around this track, hanging down at the bottom of the line. But that last lap watching Dragonetti, he's kind of bobbling around. I don't know if he's trying to block the 10-car Medore or if he's not just able to keep it down there certain times.
Might be getting a little nervous. 10 to go, and Brown's going to be the first car to make a move. Within 10 to go, he looks to the outside of Mike Husby. That goes nowhere for him.
The thing the 10 car needs to do here, he needs to get around the 14 and just get out there, get away from him, do everything that he can as Husby looks to the outside of Medore, which is going to pinch him down as well.
To the side, Brown's going to stick with him. Sweat stays on the bottom. Mike Husby trying to make a move here at Kansas Speedway. And just like in NASCAR, I don't think that these guys are going to be able to wait till the last lap. Husby realized that. Now he's got Medore trapped on that inside line. He's trying to make up some ground on the outside. Go hard though. Or make it around the long way. 7 to go. Husby, man, he got so close to the wall there. Chris Sweat pushes up, almost collects Alexander Brown. Husby not able to do anything. Medore pulls up in front of him. Look out on there. There was almost contact made. 6 to go.
Whichever driver it is, Ben, the 6 or the 10, whoever can get alongside of that 14, they need to pinch him down, and that'll help them out tremendously.
Here comes Medore. Wasn't able to do anything there. He's still working the high side. 5 laps to go at Kansas. Whoa, contact with Sweat. He's able to save it though. To the back of Alexander Brown. Did not lose it. He holds on to 5th for now. 4 to go.
Watching this battle with Dragonetti and Medor, it's getting dicey up here. Dragonetti's kind of putting the block on the 10 car. If he does that, though, and Medor goes up high, somebody could easily dive below the 14 car and get that inside line everybody wants.
That they could. Medor slips back a little there. He's still trying to do everything he can. On that outside, it's 3 to go. Looked high there, and then Medor trying to pull the crossover. Wasn't able to. Brown gets to the inside of Husby. Caution is out. Dragonetti wins it here at Kansas. David and boys a round down in 1 and 2. Thanks to the help of Zach Kill, who has been in multiple incidents tonight. Fantastic race it was going to be, and we'll end it under caution yet again. Here in the CORT Training Paints Championship Series. John Dragonetti through 3 and 4. He'll come and he'll get the white flag here at Kansas Speedway. What a fantastic race we just witnessed there.
Fantastic race that finishes, well, we don't have to get into the story because it happens every week, and something needs to change.
White flag for Dragonetti. A good night for John Dragonetti here this evening. Has led multiple laps. He figured out the tricks of how to get it done here tonight at Kansas Speedway. It'll be a good finish for Julian Medor. He'll come home second. It'll be another good finish for Mike Husby, who will come home third. Alexander Brown, he'll come home fourth. A good run for him. And Chris Sweat, fifth. Points leader coming into tonight, Scott Olson. He'll finish it out sixth. Scott Mullen, who was sideways just about on every restart tonight, he'll bring it home seventh. Stephen Taylor, eighth. Morgan Murphy, ninth. And Jeff Gilmore will round out the top 10 as we head off of corner number 4. John Dragonetti. He'll see the checkered flags. It may be under caution, but a win's a win. John Dragonetti does it here at Kansas Speedway. He wins in the CORT Training Paints Championship Series. No, John has got to be pretty excited about winning this one as he makes his victory lap around Kansas Speedway. He'll probably burn the tires clear off the wheels here on the front straightaway.
Well, he's got to be happy, Ben. His significant other is watching.
Yeah, fiance watching tonight. He puts it lane and almost into the wall. We'll have to teach him how to do some burnouts. John Dragonetti putting on a smoke show here under the lights at Kansas Speedway. He is one excited dude. He comes out on top. We'll talk to him and the rest of the top 3 right after this.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
We're back here at Noble Network 1 Kansas Speedway. Just finished up here in the CORT Training Paints Championship Series, and I'm down here with third place finisher Mike Cusby. And Mike, first runners two there. You were back there at the back of the top 10, just outside of the top 10. Didn't look too promising, but about halfway onwards, you stuck it up there in the top 5, and a good finish tonight here in third.
Yeah, we had a really poor qualifying run that put us on the back, so we were pretty much back there for the first couple of runs, and then, excuse me, pit work kind of helped us get up further up into the field, and we finally got in the top 5, and then made our moves and got a third out of it.
Now we'll probably ask this to Julian too. I'm going to ask you this as well. If that caution wouldn't have came out, do you think you would have been in victory lane?
It was really, really hard to make a run on the high side, and Julian kind of had the same idea I did, but he didn't seem to be able to make it work as well, possibly, as I did, but that's why I kept on trying to get around him, but every time that he would shoot up there, I'd have to avoid him, so it kind of ruined our momentum every time, and then I'd have to keep on trying to get back in the air again and keep the momentum up, because we kept on losing it every time we did that, but I don't think we would have won it, but it would have been close, I think.
Sounds good. Would have been interesting to see how it would have played out, but circumstances are the way they are. Mike, who do you want to thank for coming home third tonight?
I just gotta thank everybody at CORT. They put on a pretty dang good race tonight, and gotta thank my new sponsor tonight, Cortico, for sponsoring us tonight. Gotta thank Dave and John, Hayes, and everybody on the admin team for putting on a good race tonight, and everything went pretty smoothly tonight, I think.
Certainly did. Want to congratulate. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say thanks to you guys as well for putting this race on.
Not a problem at all. We certainly do enjoy it. Congratulations on your third place finish, and we will see you at Iowa.
Thanks, guys.
Mike Cusby coming home third tonight. Julian Madore is standing by with Matt Weisrow. Matt?
That's right, Ben. I'm down here with our second place finisher tonight, Julian Madore. Julian, heck of a race out there. Pretty stressful, I'm sure. Kind of run us through the first part of your race here.
The first part of my race just basically terrible job doing pit stops on my part. Just kind of ran through my pit stall a couple times, and I had to come up through the pack a couple times. That they were unnecessary, but kind of made the night a little bit more fun, I suppose. But pretty good night. I got in pretty late on practice, so I figured I wouldn't run as well as I did, but pretty good night overall.
Heck of a run done by that 10 car tonight. If that last caution didn't come out, were you going to take it from Dragonetti, or was he going to take it from you?
I wanna be the one to be able to say I could take it from him, but for all the passing that you could do on the track today, I thought it was pretty hard to get around anyone that was leading a line. It was just as soon as you got out of line to try and get around that first car, the car basically stopped. But it seemed like when you're in a pack, you could kind of make passes on the high side or on the low side. It didn't matter. Just as soon as you got to that first car in line, couldn't really get around him. So I think John pretty much had it, unless he made a mistake.
All right, Julian. Well, thank you for your time. Anybody you would like to thank for this fantastic finish tonight?
I always like to thank the guys that run the show over here. So I got to thank Dave, John. So congrats to him on the win, and thanks for helping out around here. Hayes, and Husby for those are the admins around here, so they help put this stuff together for us and allow us to go out and run on the broadcast for you guys. So that's about it.
All right, Julian, thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it. Congratulations on your second place finish. And now we've got Ben Kilcrease down in victory lane with our winner, John Dragonetti.
I'm down here with Mr. Dragonetti, and John ended up in victory lane tonight. You want to share any of those tricks with us?
Dude, there are no tricks. My God, that was just, I don't even know what to say. Just hold the bottom. That's all I can say. You just had to hold the bottom, and look where that got me.
Certainly did. Ended up in victory lane. John, you were the only car, too, under a green flag condition to pass the leader. You passed Alexander Brown. Walk us through that move and how you completed it.
Well, I knew it was going to end up being a bottom type race like we saw at Texas about 2 seasons ago or season ago when Pete won. And, just throughout the run on that second green flag circuit thing we had, I just tried to stay behind him and wait for him to make a mistake. Not really quote unquote intimidate him, but just make sure I made my presence known and wait for a opportune moment. And as soon as I saw him slip up the track, I took it. I shoved my nose in there and said, you know what? Let's go for it. And it worked.
Certainly did. Got you to the lead, and from there on, you stayed there. Some awesome pit stops, awesome job by you on the pit road, and a fantastic race tonight. John, who do you want to thank for putting you in victory lane at Kansas Speedway?
Well, first of all, my fiance Bethany. She's, I think, watching still if she hasn't fallen asleep already. Just want to say I love you to her. My friend who's like my brother, Wes Hicks. Visit his website, weshicks.net. He's doing some coding and some web design. If you need anything, send him a shout. I can give anybody an email as long as they message me, whatever. Control Freak, my sponsor, running their new FPS Vortex. Came out about a month ago. Definitely get a pair of those if you still can. Pre-order FPS Freak Phantom. That just came out with the release of Call of Duty Ghost, which comes out in about 2 hours. Get you a copy of that if you can, Activision. Everyone that helps make this thing possible. Husby, Hayes, especially Dan Boys, making this thing what it is. Teammates Riley, Ehrman, Dakota Ehrman, Joseph Servone on the cup side, Riley Roush. Everybody is just, I can't believe this. This is like totally unreal.
I'm sure it'll sink in a little bit later on once you start partying out there in the infield and whatnot. But congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week in Iowa.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the broadcast. You guys do an awesome job.
Certainly appreciate it. Appreciate that. We enjoy doing it. That is John Dragonetti, your winner here tonight at Kansas Speedway. Matt, you can hear the excitement in his voice.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely stoked to be the winner here of the Kansas Lottery Indy 300 here at Kansas Speedway tonight. One hell of a show once again by these CORT guys. They know how to get it done, whether it's NASCAR, stock car, or IndyCar.
Certainly do, and let's go ahead and look at the final finishing results here tonight at Kansas Speedway. John Dragonetti coming home with the win. Julian Medor was second. Mike Husby third. Alexander Brown came home fourth. Rounding out top five was Chris Sweat. Scott Olson, points leader coming into tonight. He's sixth. Scott Mullen is seventh. Stephen Taylor eighth. Ninth is Morgan Murphy, and Jeff Gilmore rounds out the top 10.
Coming home 11th, Andrew Hayes. 12th, Zach Hill. 13th, David Danboys. 14th, Joseph Servone. 15th, Cody McCorkle. 16th, Nick Stoller. 17th, Jake Finch. 18th, John Martin. 19th, Tyler Tucker. 20th, Patrick Healy.
21st is Corey Stevens. 22nd, Michael Dewell. Troy McLaughlin brings it home 23rd. Chance Manning 24th. Wayne Lemke Jr. 25th. Brian Sullivan 26th. Kyle Young, Timothy Silliman 27th, 28th. They did not start the race this evening. And before we head off the air, Matt, we got to give a big shout out to who?
I got to give a big shout out to obviously CORTRacing.com. I believe they did a redesign of their website. Also, for those race fans, go to GoASRA.com, kind of a sister league that CORT runs with. Also, make sure you check out their Facebook pages. Give them a like, a thumb in, whatever you like to call it. And hey, if you got time, check out Noble Motorsport on the Facebook page or NobleNetwork1.com. You might be able to find the race here. We will have the race up and available for viewers to watch on YouTube within the next 24 hours.
That we will, and that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight at Kansas Speedway, Iowa next week, Matt. And that's going to be a dandy final closing statements from Kansas until we head to the cornfields.
Kansas was one hell of a race like I kind of expected. Next week at Iowa, expect the same amount of speed, passing the challenges, but on a lot smaller track.
It's going to be a fun. Remember, Iowa Speedway next Monday, same time, same place, right here on NobleNetwork1.com. For Matt Weisroth, I'm Ben Kilcrease. Want to give a big thanks to Racing.com, GoASRA.com, and all our sponsors here at the network. Have a great week, and remember, we'll see you next Monday right here on Noble Network 1. Remember to put the phone down.